Hello, Dazzle! Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I am glad that you are here. Today, I'm going to be talking about a fascinating aspect of multiplayer games, how they constantly balance competition and cooperation. These two forces drive not only gameplay, but also reflect deeper questions about human nature and how we interact with others. Are we more inclined to compete, striving to be the best, or do we naturally seek out teamwork, working together towards common goals? Let's explore how game theory and gaming experiences help answer these questions. In multiplayer games, you are often caught in a constant push and pull between competition and cooperation. On one side, competition fuels our desire to outperform others, driving us to test our skills and strive for victory. On the other side, cooperation encourages teamwork and camaraderie, often making it essential to achieve larger objectives. The interplay between these forces mirrors the complexity of human behavior, where we're not solely competitive or cooperative, but a blend of both. In games, just like in life, these dynamics are crucial. We compete for rewards, prestige, and a sense of accomplishment. But we also cooperate because some challenges are too big for one person alone. Balancing these tendencies is key to how we navigate social spaces in both the virtual and real worlds. Game theory offers a framework for understanding the strategic decisions players make when facing competition and cooperation. It explores how individuals decide to act when their success depends on the choices of others. This framework plays out beautifully in multiplayer games, where you're constantly weighing whether to compete against your opponents or cooperate with them to achieve shared goals. One classic concept in game theory is the prisoner's dilemma, a scenario where two players must decide whether to cooperate or betray each other. The best outcome for both occurs when they choose cooperation, but the temptation to betray for individual gain often leads to worse outcomes for both. This scenario plays out in many multiplayer games where forming temporary alliances might benefit you, at least until you decide it's time to go solo for the win. Games therefore become strategic battlegrounds where cooperation and competition coexist, and players must navigate the gray areas between them. Competition can be incredibly exhilarating. Many multiplayer games are built around the excitement of going head-to-head with others, testing your limits, and refining your skills. Competitive play taps into the desire for mastery and achievement, pushing players to get better with each match. Whether it's climbing the ranks in a PvP game or outsmarting your opponents in a battle royale, competition drives players to excel and improve. However, competition also raises questions about our motivations. Are we competing for self-improvement, to test our strategies, or for external validation like rankings and prizes? The drive to win can sometimes overshadow the enjoyment of the game itself, leading to stress, frustration, or even toxic behaviors in extreme cases. While competition might fuel the fire, cooperation is often the glue that holds players together. In many multiplayer games, teamwork is essential to succeed, especially in cooperative modes or team-based environments. Players must rely on each other's strengths, communicate effectively, and trust one another to overcome difficult challenges. Whether you're working together in a raid, in an MMORPG, or strategizing with your squad in a team-based shooter, the shared victories that come from cooperation can be incredibly satisfying. Game theory sheds light on why cooperation is often so effective. In many situations, cooperative strategies lead to a win-win outcome where all players benefit, a concept known as positive-sum game theory. Cooperation mirrors real-world scenarios where working together leads to mutual success. For instance, many games feature specialized roles like healer, tank, or DPS in RPGs that depend on synergy and teamwork. When everyone plays their part, the team can accomplish far more than any individual could alone. Competition and cooperation don't exist in isolation. They often intermingle, creating a rich gameplay experience. In some multiplayer games, cooperation may be necessary at first to achieve group objectives, but once the immediate challenge is overcome, players may turn to each other to secure personal victory. This dynamic is seen in games where temporary alliances are formed only to be broken when the moment is right. This balancing act between cooperation and competition creates a thrilling tension. It's not just about being the best or working together, but about making smart decisions that balance the two. Players must constantly ask themselves, when should I cooperate and when is it time to compete? The dynamics of competition and cooperation in games reflect bigger questions about human nature. We're constantly balancing our personal ambitions with the need for teamwork. Victory in competition brings a sense of accomplishment, but can also lead to overconfidence or strain our relationships. On the other hand, cooperation fosters connection and teamwork, but might mean sacrificing individual glory for the greater good. Ultimately, games provide a space to explore these tendencies in a controlled environment. They show us how we handle success and failure, how we navigate social interactions, and how strategic thinking can influence our choices. These lessons learned in multiplayer games, whether about resilience, sportsmanship, or teamwork, are applicable to our everyday lives. In multiplayer games, the ongoing tug-of-war between competition and cooperation is not just a game mechanic, it's a reflection of the broader social dynamics that shape our world. Game theory offers insights into how we make strategic decisions, while games themselves provide a playground where we can explore what it means to compete and collaborate. As players, we're constantly balancing our personal goals with the need for teamwork, learning valuable lessons about human behavior along the way. So whether you're battling it out for the top spot or working with others to achieve a shared goal, remember that both competition and cooperation have their place. The key is finding the right balance, both in games and in real life. Well, that's about it for my rambling today. Thanks for coming and spending some time with me. If you like my rambling, then click on that like button. It really does help. And until we talk again, you guys be sure to take care of yourselves. Bye!